honey, you've packed us a picnic.
Mm-hmm.
Well, isn't that romantic?
Yes.
I like that.
I got us some sandwiches.
Uh-huh.
Got a little fruit. Got some cheese and crackers. Oh, but it looks like I forgot the crackers.
Well, that's okay.
And the bread's not in here either.
Oh, well, sounds
Sorry.
more like a Lunchable than a picnic.
Hey, it's okay. I remembered the wine.
Well, you're lucky because that's what's keeping this romantic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
That's right. Welcome to The Riveted with Chris and Gina. Okay, so this episode is going to be wonderful. I'm excited. We've been emailing back and forth even before the rally with this couple because they gave me a little snippet of their story, and I'm like, we've got to have them on the podcast, and we're excited to have this chat. But here's the problem. I can't pronounce their last name.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I'm most excited about listening to you pronounce their names.
So I'm just going to say it's like John and Sally Smith. I think
that's not going to work.
That won't work?
That will not work.
Okay.
I would love to hear you attempt it. Yes.
Okay, I'm going to try.
Okay.
Amy and John Van Artsdalen. And they just gave me a thumbs up.
I don't know that was right. That was not right.
So you guys, welcome to The Riveted with Chris and Gina.
Okay, hold on. They were just being super nice.
No, they were not.
Was that correct? Did he say it correctly?
That was pretty close.
Okay, see?
Close enough.
Close.
Van Artsdalen.
Nope.
Nope.
Yeah. Long A.
Van
Artsdalen.
Van Artsdalen.
Dalen.
But see, that's my southern accent.
Yeah.
No, it's just your mispronunciation of it.
Well, I tried hard. And we're happy to
I like it when you try hard, baby.
Yeah, we're happy to have you in our Airstream podcast recording studio and look forward to this conversation. So welcome. Thank you.
Welcome, you guys.
It's good to be here. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much.
What a beautiful day it is today in York, Pennsylvania. Can you believe windows open, 75 degrees? Unbelievable.
It's the coolest rally we've been to.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, literally, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were in very much anticipation of the sun being just blaring and it being so hot and stuffy, but it's been a fabulous week.
Where are you guys from? Tell our listeners a little bit about where you're from and kind of your Airstream and also we always like to ask people like their entry point, like where were you in life when you decided to get your first Airstream and start that aspect of your life?
Well, we live in Mansfield, Texas. That's just on the south edge of Fort Worth and Arlington.
Right.
If y'all know the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex very well. We're about an hour north of the North Texas Airstream community.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Where we bought the Airstream for the first time, we were both still working, and I had a job working for an engineering firm that had a contract with the city of San Francisco. And San Francisco, after the 1906 earthquake, got their water from Hetch Hetchy Valley, which is in Yosemite. And so I had to go up to Yosemite for a minimum of 3 days a month. And I was hired in December, which was no problem finding accommodation.
Yeah.
But then the spring came and I could not find a place to stay.
Yeah.
So we looked at RVs and found this old 1984 Airstream at a disreputable dealer who will not be named in the Central Valley. And it had been sitting on his lot, he said, for 5 years.
Yeah.
And we bought it and started traveling around, and really it was out of necessity getting the Airstream.
That's actually a really neat entry point story because of, we talked to a lot of people about, well, we used to tent camp and sleep on the ground and we didn't want to do that anymore, or some derivative of that, which is, compelling enough to be able to go from that to a wonderful Airstream. But yeah, the necessity aspect is, it's
You
cool.
don't hear that very often.
Yeah, and that's great.
I think we bought it in August, and then in December, John came home and said, it's time to retire. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to retire with you. And we we have 2 children that live in Texas. We have other children that live in California and one in Idaho. And, we just decided we'd move to Texas. I had the first thing I did when we bought the Airstream was join the club and then signed up for a rally. So then we moved and we still had the rally in California, but we still had family out in California. So we thought, let's just go back, visit family. So our first rally, even though we lived in Texas, was in California.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is that Northern California or
Yes,
Northern? Okay.
Northern California.
Yes. Okay, great.
Are you still active at all in that club in that area, or have you kind of shifted to either Vintage Club or the Texas area's clubs?
We've kind of shifted to Texas area clubs. Yeah. We're in the heart of Texas camping unit,
right?
Camping Airstream Club, and then we moved, of course, to Intac. We bought a place at Intac.
Oh, cool. That's the North Texas Airstream.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which
now Intac, is that where Millie is? And
Millie's
and
there.
some,
Yes.
We got some other people there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Our house is for sale. So, and then we moved to Mansfield to be closer to our family.
Right.
Yep.
So,
the one thing we didn't realize when we bought the Airstream is we're kind of buying into a family. Mm-hmm. We didn't realize what we were really getting into, all the relationships that would be formed just by having an Airstream.
Absolutely.
We've made some great friends just because we own an Airstream.
Mm-hmm.
And how long ago was this that you got it and started that part?
So I was still working in 2017, and that was when we bought it.
Gotcha.
August of 2017.
Mm-hmm.
And then on Valentine's Day of 2018, we left California and went to Texas.
Very
wow.
Cool. Yep.
That was pretty fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's great.
Well,
yeah.
And what I think's interesting about that time frame area, of course, you were enjoying that new aspect of an Airstream, and we were doing that as well.
Mm-hmm.
If you look to your left at that poster on the wall there, that's the solar eclipse of 2017. We were in Jackson Hole, Wyoming for that in this Airstream, and that was August of 2017.
That was our decision making.
Yeah,
that 14 days that we spent right there is when we made our decision. We didn't know it at the time.
Yep.
But that's when we made our decision to go full time.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until we got back home that we actually said, okay, we're doing it. But that event changed our life.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then that following, year we did what you did, sold and hit the road, and just made that bigger commitment to Airstreaming and making a life change like that, just like you guys did in that same time
what's
frame.
so cool about it is that you purchased the Airstream with the intent of having somewhere to stay while working.
Yes.
But once retiring, you continued the Airstream journey. You didn't say, oh, well, we're done with that, we'll go do something else. You continued that journey. And I think that right there shows the power of Airstream. Hey, I got this.
Yes.
I'm ready to roll now.
Yeah.
We had never camped before together. Right. So we've been married 25 years. We had never gone camping together. And it wasn't until I got that job and had to go to Yosemite. It was a drive of about 300 miles from our house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's funny because we were there too. We were in Jackson Hole. We were at the top of Rendezvous Peak.
Wow.
For the eclipse?
So we were very close then.
How about that?
Yeah.
That's great.
We were down at Grovant Campground out in the big field out in front of Grovant Camp.
Yeah, with the Tetons right behind us.
Yeah. That's so cool.
Yeah. That's even.
Wasn't that beautiful?
Oh,
That was
man. At the top of Rendezvous Peak, when it was totality,
yes,
you had a 365-degree view.
Yeah.
Yes.
And sun, that orange sun all around like sunset, just a streak of orange. It was incredible.
Yeah. Did you experience how quiet it got at totality? It's like all the animals had just gotten really quiet, and everybody was, but like I forget what they're called.
The little bugs that when they fly, they make popping
click,
sounds
and
and
they
all that
jump
stuff.
or whatever.
It was over
It's
the top.
surprising to see the emotional reaction a lot of people have.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure.
People started crying. off in the distance started singing Amazing Grace.
Wow.
It was funny. There was a lady there from Northern California, and you have to take the ski lift up to the top of Rendezvous Peak. And she was dressed in shorts and a tank top.
Oh, she was cold.
She was freezing.
Yep.
Cold.
Yep.
Yes, we had on shorts and T-shirts, and we had those like zero gravity chairs at the time. We had them laid back, and we had a bottle of champagne. We had a couple other people we'd met there that we were hanging out with. And there was like NASA scientists and astrologers and all these people set up across with these big telescopes and cameras. I mean, it was a big deal. And we're laying out there just kind of chilling and stuff and watching slowly as everything happens, just chatting. And as it started,
it was getting warm.
And it was warm.
The sun was warm.
Yes, it was. It was like I can't remember, like 11 or something in the morning when we first got out there or something. I don't know. Anyway, as it started going to totality, we started getting really cold, and I remember that. I remember setting up because I thought, gosh, we should have brought like a blanket or something. Nobody told me it was going to get cold just because the sun went, behind. But anyway, it was great. We loved it.
Yeah, that was a life-changing experience, just very impactful.
Oh wait,
experience.
the stars! Did you see the stars?
Yes, we did.
Yes,
Yep.
That was great. I liked that.
Yeah.
The stars. Sorry, I get excited about that.
Yep.
That was just such a phenomenal, emotional feeling. Yes.
So, have you done any restorations or major changes to your trailer since you had it, or was it? How'd you get
more
it?
than we anticipated?
Oh,
Right.
This trailer was a 1984. It had been sitting on that dealer's lot for 5 years, and there were a number of repairs that it needed that we didn't know about until we had it.
That's where the less reputable part comes in.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll spare you the details, but we had to replace the axles.
Oh boy.
But for the most part, it's pretty much original on the inside.
Cool.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
try
fix
to
up wiring, things like that.
Mm-hmm. And did you do the work yourself or have help with
Not
it? or-
replace the axles. No, that's out of my pay grade.
Okay.
Went to Bay Area Airstream in
Nice.
Fairfield, California. They did a very good job.
Mm-hmm.
But we took it, and we're still happy we have it, and we don't want to part with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've had it for since August of 2017, and it's kind of grown on us. We have
bet so.
emotional
Yeah.
attachment to it.
Now, do you have that here at the rally?
No, that's at home. At the rally here, we have what we call our SpareStream.
Oh, okay.
Another
Oh.
rescue.
That's a great term.
SpareStream.
All right, I have just found the title to this episode.
I like that.
Go ahead.
this one is the one that we brought. We brought it because this is the 70th anniversary of the club.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that one is a 70th limited edition.
Oh.
So it's a 2001. So I guess Airstream started in 1931,
Mm-hmm.
and this is that one's a 2001. So 70th limited edition. It's a 30-foot with a slide.
Oh wow. Yeah, yeah.
So we like the slide.
a towable
Yes.
30-foot with a slide.
Yes.
Yes.
One slide where the
Yes.
Yeah.
dinette is.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that is very neat. I did not expect to hear you say that because I know in our emails you were talking about your 84 and fun stories about that. But that's cool. The SpareStream, that is a neat term. Have you trademarked or copyrighted that or something? That might be very worthwhile to do.
We
I think
heard
we
it.
stole it.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
we
did you?
did steal it.
Oh.
We don't know who coined the term, but it seemed to fit just fine.
It works. We all share around here. Yeah. So what is the inside of that one like then? Is it original? Have you modified it or?
It's also all original.
Okay.
It needed a lot of work also. Refrigerator, the convection microwave had to be replaced. Wiring, there were some miswiring things, and
New tires.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Normal maintenance type
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
It too hadn't been driven in 5 years. So
Yeah.
it's funny how there's a life cycle with Airstreaming. I think you get your Airstream, you travel a lot, you see a lot, and then there comes a day where you realize I can't do this anymore. And it's really a sad day. We've known a lot of people that are going through that phase of life in Airstreaming. And that's how we came upon this Airstream. It was an older couple in our in the North Texas Airstream community, and he could no longer drive.
Yeah.
And so they wanted it to go to someone that would take it out and still use it.
That's great.
That's good. You should take pictures and show it to them.
Yeah.
So this is where it is today. This
Yes.
is where it is now. Yeah.
It really reinforced what a good decision we made to do traveling right now while we can, because we've had so many friends and relatives who put it off, put off their traveling and vacations and retirement until
Yes.
they could do more later. And that day never came for so
Right.
many people. So we're
That's
so
right.
happy we're getting that done now.
Same kind of experience for us. We decided to do it as we were a little younger because both of my parents passed away in their 60s, and Gina's parents had major medical issues around the time frame we decided to start traveling full time, and we said we got to do it now. So,
Yeah.
yep, we hear you on that for sure.
But we've come across some people on the road where they had intentions of, RVing together, and then something happens to one of them, and at least the other person is still doing it. Like they said, we kind of thought we wouldn't. We were going to sell the rig, whatever. But they said, no, we were going to do this, and I'm still going to do it, So they still had the dream and the passion to do it. So there are solos out on the road, but
Yes.
at least they're out adventuring and exploring and having a good time. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we will be right back.
Owning an Airstream is supposed to feel like freedom, a silver ticket to anywhere. But too often, it can become the source of your biggest frustrations. At Ramble Trailer Works, we've been there. We were Airstream owners who wanted better. So we built the service shop we always wished existed. A shop defined by a team with thousands of trailers worth of expertise and a deep respect for the journeys they make possible. Whether you're looking for repairs, maintenance, or upgrades, our Airstream-only specialists execute the work with master craftsmanship, keeping you updated throughout the entire process. Because getting your Airstream serviced shouldn't be a hassle. It should be part of the adventure. Visit RambleTrailerWorks.com to learn more and keep your Airstream adventure ready.
And listener, when you reach out to Ramble Trailer Works, be sure to let them know the Riveted with Chris and Gina sent you by giving them the code podcast25 for a special incentive only our listeners get. That's podcast25.
And now back to the fun.
We always like to get, Gina calls them juicy details.
I love the juicy details.
Yeah. So
That's the best.
but for what I read in that email when you sent me this story that I can't wait to have you tell it to us. I didn't want any details until we were able to get together, but just tell us about what you sent me that I think the listener's just gonna,
Should we warn the listener? Like, hold on tight.
well, I mean, they're gonna
Turn the volume up.
yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I don't want to spoil it, so just tell us. I can't
Just
wait.
do it.
I can't wait to hear it.
Okay.
I think Amy should tell this story.
All right, I'll tell the story. So we had gone to the Vintage Caravan, celebrating 25 years of the Vintage Club, and it was going to Salem, Oregon, which was the birthplace of Wally Byam, and it was our first caravan ever. So we went there, and after the caravan was over, we decided we were going to go and meet our youngest son who had just had a baby in South Dakota. And we told people, yeah, we're going to go to South Dakota and we're going to go to Yellowstone. We've never been there. And this is like July. And they're telling us, well, do you have a reservation? Like, what? Do you need a reservation? And they're like, oh my gosh, you're not even going to get into the park. Mm-hmm. And so we did happen to get a campsite, and it was really kind of funny because we stopped at a campground and we had gone to do laundry, and whoever's laundry it was still in the washer, wet, not moved to the dryer. And you always kind of feel uncomfortable about taking someone's laundry out. John said, wait a minute, they'll be here. Sure enough, 5 minutes later, this couple runs in and they're, oh, we're so sorry. We weren't here to move the laundry, but we just got a campsite at Yellowstone. It was almost the last one.
Oh.
I said, you're kidding. I need a campsite in Yellowstone. And so, well, here's the number. Here, call them up. Use my phone. Just call them. So we happened to call them up, and they had a campsite for us. So we went to that campground and stayed there. And the laundry couple, he was a retired Florida state trooper, and his dad was a pastor, and his mother had died. And his dad came home one day, had bought an RV, didn't tell his son anything about it, and said, I'm going to go to every national park there is. And his son said, Dad, I can't let you do that. Tell you what, I'll retire and we'll travel together.
Oh, wow.
So,
That's nice.
Yeah. So we met them at this campground and kind of driving around Yellowstone and everything. So on the very last day in Yellowstone, we had not seen maybe one bison. I know they're called bison, and maybe one. And we're leaving the park, and we decide we're going to stop at Yellowstone Falls, and we run into this couple again with their dad, who was the pastor, and he really took a liking to us, and he said, I would really like to pray with you. So his dad was a Baptist minister, and he was saying things like, a kind of a long prayer, give them traveling grace and mercy. Let their wheels, run well. Let their engine run well. Let their oil be cool. I mean, it was kind of going on and on.
Yeah.
And so we're like, great, we're going to leave here and nothing's going to happen to the trailer.
Uh-oh.
We're going to just travel to South Dakota and it'll be just fine. So as we're leaving the park, we drive out the east gate and we pass near Lamar Valley.
Mm-hmm.
And we see a big giant herd of buffalo off in the distance. And we round a corner and we see these 3 juvenile male bison along the side of the road, along an embankment. And I take a picture of one of them. And as we're driving past, all of a sudden, we feel this shaking of our tow vehicle and we hear this ba-boom. And I asked John, did you run over something? And John said, I think the guy behind us rear-ended us.
Oh, no.
Because the traffic is, whenever you see a herd off to the side, the traffic gets all bunched up. Everybody's going real slow to snail's pace.
Right.
It's bumper to bumper. So don't want to hit the brakes because you don't want somebody who's tailgating you to run into you.
Right.
And I just knew that had happened because it was quite a jolt. It felt like somebody had totally rear-ended the trailer. It shook us up pretty bad.
Wow.
And so I look in the mirror. I'm getting all psyched up, ready to go
You're
to
going to go out there and say, all right, dude.
Give us your insurance.
Yeah.
License.
What are you doing?
Pick too many fights, but I didn't know what kind of personality I was going to be dealing.
Right.
What insurance coverage he had. So I looked in the mirror. That guy was totally innocent. He was 100 yards behind me, and there was a big old buffalo standing in the middle of the road smirking at us.
Oh, it hit you.
Oh, yeah. So we went and pulled into one of those pullouts.
Yeah.
And it wasn't far from where this happened. I mean, from where we pulled out, you could still see that bison standing in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
And traffic behind us had completely stopped. And no one was going in either direction. It was like,
because they saw it.
They saw what had happened.
They're your witnesses.
Yes.
Yeah. So did you get his insurance cost? No.
Wow.
We got out,
Wow.
and people came running over to us. And this one guy said, man, that buffalo showed your trailer who's boss.
Right.
And I went to the back end of the trailer, and the marker lights, ours are kind of like rectangular a little bit.
Yeah.
And they look like the eyes of that character, Wally.
Yes.
And he was kind of pointed, looking upward and looking very sad because he had pulled out the marker light. So he had punctured it
Wow.
and then pulled his head out. And when he pulled his head out, it just ripped that light off, and you could see the wires, and there was a piece of buffalo mane, I guess you call it,
Yeah.
stuck under the rub rail
my
and
gosh.
stuff. And the metal was jagged and sharp. And we're just like, oh my gosh.
The horn went all the way through into our mattress.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. Is this your bedroom is in the back?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it did go through the whole unit.
Yeah,
The
and their
whole
horns are not clean.
They're filthy.
Oh
they
my gosh.
stink. We didn't know they smelled, but oh gosh, it was really smelly. So
Unbelievable.
Wow.
the whole
I've never heard of such a thing. So what do you think? He just saw his reflection and thought it was another buffalo or what?
I think he's lucky I was driving. Otherwise, I would have jumped out and grabbed him by the horns and rubbed his face in that one.
Yeah, that's right.
Showed him who was boss.
That's right. You give him the 1-2, wouldn't you? Yeah.
He's lucky I had to park that car.
ours is not shiny. See,
Yeah.
we don't know what he saw.
Yeah.
You know, maybe he did because I understand they don't have very good eyesight or
Right.
anything. And the hole, because it went all the way up, I'm sure almost to his head for that piece of fur to get
Yeah.
stuck under there. You could pass a can of soda, can of soup,
Yeah.
A
any
big
kind
size.
of, big,
Yeah.
like a good, I don't know, 4 or 5 inch hole.
Do you think like he was the dad of the juveniles right in that area, maybe, or something
Maybe he
like
felt
that? or-
threatened somehow or something.
Yeah.
But
I think it was a teenager just, hey, y'all,
Oh,
Watch
me.
this.
Yeah. Yeah.
and be macho.
Wow. I mean, we don't know what these animals are thinking, but we're trying to guess it, aren't we?
yeah.
They
That's it.
seem so docile, and that's it was a good lesson for everyone who saw what happened. They seem so docile and peaceful when they're lumbering through. They go through and around cars. So many times there's a traffic jam because a bunch of them might
Yeah.
be crossing the road. They're very powerful animals, and they can change in the blink of an eye, and they can move much faster than you would think.
They are very fast. Yes. Yeah.
We in 2019 we traveled with an Airstream and friend in that same general area you're talking about, but we came in from Montana.
Yeah.
We crossed the
We're the
Beartooth
northern
Highway.
side. And
We crossed the
came out.
Beartooth Highway and came in through
Okay.
Cook City and came in that entrance to Yellowstone. And we went through the gate and had only been a half a mile into the park, and there was one bison walking towards the gate
Just by himself. Just,
by himself in our lane.
Yeah. Well, he was
And-
just off of the side. We could go around. But
Yeah.
I mean, our windows were down and we were driving slow once we saw him. So much so that I could have reached out and rubbed him as I went by. Right? I
Yeah.
mean, you don't do
Yes.
that, but I could have done that. That's how close we
Yeah.
were to him.
And
And
we just assumed he was like the Yellowstone welcome committee
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it was like it couldn't have been a more perfect opportunity to see one up close in a slow environment. But the road wasn't very busy, and our friend was in front, and he went around and gave him some clearance, and I followed behind, and there he was, just walking up the road.
But I think most people that go to visit there, they think because, and I'm just speculating. How do you say that, Chris? Speculating?
Speculating.
I'm just speculating that the buffalo are not necessarily tame, but they're so used to people and cars and stuff that they don't pay them any attention.
Yeah.
But they do pay them attention,
Yeah.
and they are very highly aware of what's going on,
Yeah.
with the cars and the people and stuff. When someone gets out of their car
Oh,
in a situation like that,
Yeah.
yes.
I mean, they're just begging for trouble.
Yeah, they want to go do a selfie with it or some crazy thing
It's
like that.
terrible. They should not do that.
Yes.
no,
And we've seen that happen. We saw someone with
a little kid, 4 years old, right
What?
in front of us.
Oh boy.
put
Pick
the
the
child
kid-
out.
yeah.
Yeah, you tell it.
Oh, picked the kid up out of his car seat, carried him over to stand in front of the bison. And we're like, hey, that's not
Yeah.
safe.
Not a good idea.
No.
That
And they were not
they didn't
receptive.
care.
That's crazy.
Fortunately, nothing happened.
Oh, thank goodness. Well, it is fortunate that nothing happened, but when people see stuff like that, they think, oh, that's okay. Nothing happened. They're fine.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that it was a shocking experience and disappointing to see the damage to your trailer and everything. But at the same time, I mean, that's a once in a lifetime kind of experience.
It's like getting struck by lightning, I think.
I would kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
The insurance company never did make a commercial out of it for us.
Yeah.
Oh, they should have.
We
That'd have been
so.
great. Yeah.
I hope you got pictures and all that kind of good stuff. Yeah.
Yes.
We'd love to see them. And
Yeah. So which rig were you in?
This was the 84.
The 84.
Yeah.
Okay.
Buffalo Bart.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I was. Well, that's where I was going with this. So surely to goodness you named your rig something about the buffalo.
Well, he worked for the Bay Area Rapid Transit for 20
there you go.
years.
Oh.
And it's the same color scheme. At the time when he worked there, it was the extruded aluminum, the blue.
Yeah, Bay Area Rapid Transit's a people mover system. It's rapid transit for the San Francisco Bay Area.
Right, right.
And people just call it BART for
Yes,
short.
Right,
we're
right.
familiar.
And
Yeah.
so since the trailer has the same color scheme as the rail cars do,
Right.
the people mover cars, we decided to call it BART.
Okay.
So-
And now it's Buffalo.
So after it happened, our friends, the first call I made when I got to a place where there was cell service was to the insurance company. And then right after that, our friends called us. We heard what happened. I mean, it had been maybe 20 minutes and I'm getting calls
Wow.
from
So
our friends.
What is this social media?
It was, I don't know, it was tell your neighbor, I guess. I don't
Wow.
You say you like the juicy details,
Yes.
the gossip.
Yeah.
I think the gossip just like, did you hear what happened to John and Amy? So our friends called us and they're like, you need to change the name of your trailer to Buffalo Bart.
Uh-huh.
And that's when it started. The couple whose dad prayed for us, I called them and I said, you know how your dad prayed for us? Well, guess what happened?
Yeah. He forgot to mention the buffalo. He mentioned everything
He
but
mentioned all
the
of
buffalo.
Yep.
So when you pray, be specific.
Yeah. Very, very, very specific.
But they gave us she found a little Christmas ornament of a trailer and a little Christmas ornament of a buffalo.
Yeah.
And she mailed it to us.
Oh.
So every year now on the tree, they go together.
Yeah. That's great.
That is an amazing story. So it happened. You were on your way to South Dakota. You had a big hole in the back of your Airstream, and like, was that challenging for the remainder of that trip, or did you just get the duct tape out and wait till you got home?
Well, fortunately, we had that. Well, I think we did use duct tape, didn't we?
We used blue tape.
Yeah. Oh, the blue painter's
Yeah.
tape.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
armor
Sure.
against
Right.
everything.
Yep.
So we had to get out some pliers and channel locks and just straighten out the jagged metal. It was jagged inside and outside the trailer.
Wow.
So we had to be careful, on the mattress not to get sliced up. So we just straightened it out the best we could, put the tape over it, and then we got that silver tape to weatherproof it later on when we found a place we could use that. And made an appointment with Jackson Center, was it? Mm-hmm. And they did a great job in fixing it.
Had they ever heard of a story like that? Like,
No.
in all the trailers they've fixed, had they ever heard of it?
No, the story after it happened spread. We got to a campground and the campground host came up to us and we told her, this just happened a couple hours ago. We were gored by a buffalo, and she came over and looked at it and she said to her husband, you need the very best spot that we have here. And it was in Idaho, and she gave us this beautiful spot by the river, and I took a Sharpie and drew a Band-Aid over the blue tape. And,
Yes.
and so we patched the inside so that you could, like, there was
Yes.
provenance or something like that.
Right.
Who knows if we ever sell it? Yeah, here's where it came
Yeah.
through. And then they fixed the other side. But it was so funny because after that, people would ask us to share this story, what happened with the buffalo. And when we took it to Jackson Center, we had some really great techs that worked on the trailer, and they loved hearing the story, and they loved working on it too, I think. And one of them was named Sparky, and his name was Sparky because he talked real slow.
Okay.
And so another friend of ours who is an Airstreamer we met that also lived in Texas, she had recently gotten married, and she had towed her Airstream all by herself, and she made a condition of marriage to her soon-to-be husband, no matter what, never drive my trailer. And so she one day she came home from a camp out, pulled the trailer up next to the house, said, I have to use the restroom. I'll be right back. And he thought, I'll help her out. I'll back it up.
Oh, boy.
And he hit the eaves on the house, and she had this big crease across the back. So she took it to Jackson Center to get it fixed. And while she's there, she's talking to the techs, and she asked them, what's the funniest story you've ever heard? And she talked to Sparky, and Sparky said, well, there was this couple with a buffalo. And
So you guys are Jackson Center famous in the service department.
Yes.
Yeah, they know us.
Yes. They should put a picture of Buffalo Bart on their wall there.
Well, as a matter of fact, one of them made an applique to put over the repaired part with the figure of the buffalo head and the date. And what date was that?
July 6th, 2018.
So every July 6th, we celebrate our
Bicentennial.
bicentennial.
Oh, oh my gosh.
All right, listener.
We
We got us a crew here today.
My mind is blown right now. That was awesome.
Y'all
I
did
mean,
great.
You're creative.
How
You're
long have y'all practiced that?
Oh my
That was
gosh.
the first time we said it together.
Wow. Between the SpareStream and now this.
Buffalo Bart.
Oh, wow.
Well, at least your retirement is never a dull moment. Right?
Absolutely not.
There's always something going on.
Life with Amy is never dull.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's anything but that.
Well, that's wonderful.
that is great. That is great.
We when we were in Rock Springs last year, we were in the vintage parade, and we found a big stuffed buffalo somewhere, and I put it to I stand up out of the sunroof, and I put the buffalo by me here, and we throw out candy and have bubbles when we're in the parade and stuff. And so they had a kind of a open house along one of the streets in Rock Springs. And this lady from the newspaper was walking by, and she said, why do you have this buffalo here? So, of course, we told her the story. And our picture was on the front page of the Rock Springs Rocket Miner newspaper.
How about that? That's impressive.
Yeah.
Order your copy today.
Only $19.99.
Right? Credentials and everything. That is amazing.
Yeah, that's great.
When the techs did the repair, they did cut out the piece of aluminum and they gave it to us.
Yes.
And so we have that saved too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where it's got the hole in it.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, did you go back to tell the buffalo to sign it or
Yeah.
anything? Yeah.
Give us your hoof print,
Yeah,
right?
right there. So you made a comment in this story about their horns smelling. Did you have an odor in the rig from where the horn went through, or?
Yes, we did. It didn't last. I kind of tried to wipe it out
Yeah.
because it did smell.
Yeah.
I mean, who
And you-
knows what they put on there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had to get a new mattress, I guess, and all that stuff. Like,
Or did we? We had a cover on it,
yeah.
a cover on the mattress, so we could just replace the cover.
Oh, that's
Right.
good.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We're still sleeping on that thing?
No, that's the other trailer.
You wondered why that odor was still in there, didn't you?
Well, if you come over later on, we can play Name That Stain.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
That's
There's
that-
a lot of mattresses that can be named.
yeah. That's an amazing story. I can't. It's better than I ever imagined that it would be, because I
Yes.
was hoping that, and you guys made it so fun. I was thinking that it was like you were going to tell a story that was really devastating and sad.
Heartbroken.
And I mean, obviously, I'm sure it wasn't a great thing to have happened, but it sounds like you went through it in a very smooth and positive way. So that's great.
Yeah.
What was the good thing I think about it was at the Salem rally, the Airstream appraiser person, Jim Polk, was there. And just on a whim, we'd only had it a few months, and we said, hey, can you come and give us an appraisal? He came over, gave us an appraisal, and on the very day I got the appraisal in my email is the same day that
happened.
buffalo
Wow.
decided to do that.
Yeah.
And so it worked out with the insurance company, because I think a 1984 trailer, they may have been really inclined to just total it.
Sure.
And but we had that appraisal, and I talked to the adjuster and I said, do you know Jim Polk? He just gave us an appraisal on the trailer. And he's like, oh yeah, I know him. Send that along. That's great. Wonderful. Glad you have it.
Yeah.
And they paid for everything except our deductible. But
Right. Yeah.
That's great.
That's great. But now your appraisal should be like triple what it was, because it's a famous rig now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wow. I just can't get over that.
I've not ever heard him speechless.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. I like stories that are told in that kind of pace, that it's building and building and building, and then when they just in unison said bicentennial,
Yeah, that threw you off.
That was like totally
Yeah.
hitting the mark of the. Oh, man, great job!
Yeah,
great job.
That totally disrupted where you were going, right?
Well, I just wow. I enjoyed that very much. I know Gina did too.
Yes.
Thank you so much for giving us the time to be on our podcast
Yes.
and share that with our listeners. And I can only imagine they're going to just
They're gonna
love
eat this up.
Love this episode. Yeah.
It was so good meeting you guys.
Oh,
Yes.
thanks.
So
you.
you're welcome.
we
And-
love telling this story just because it's kind of fun. Like I
Yeah.
said, it's like getting hit by lightning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
It's-
have you enjoyed yourself here at the rally?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
This has been
Yeah,
great.
I got to congratulate my wife.
Yeah.
She's kind of on an emotional high right now because she just passed her ham operator extra license test
Today.
She's
Today?
Oh.
Just
Yeah.
before you
a
came.
few hours ago.
Well,
Wow.
Congratulations.
highest level ham operator there is.
That is wonderful.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm extra. Doesn't that mean something to like Gen Z or something? That's
Yeah.
oh, you're so extra. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm extra.
Very cool.
So,
And
I have a quick story to say about the ham radio. So we for our RV community, we used to do a lot of Zooms, like through COVID and stuff, and we were always trying to entertain them and keep them, comfortable, feeling like there was, they had community, even though everyone was kind of isolated at the time. We didn't want them to feel that way. So we offered all these Zooms, and we were always looking for something to do, right, on the Zooms. Games, book clubs, cooking, whatever it is. Trivia. We had, that's games.
Yeah.
We had just regular happy hours too, but we always entertained in some form and fashion. And sometimes we'd have some speakers on, and some people in our local club are ham radio operators. And we had them coming on. Well, we did a funny intro for them. And do you remember what it was, Chris?
it was something like Breaker 19. You out there, good buddy?
And I was like 10-4 or something. What's your 10-20, buddy? Or something. And we were going back and forth. And so when they came on, we were like, what? What's wrong? Because they had this, because it was on Zoom, you could see their face.
Yeah.
And they were like looking at us like, no. And, they're going, no. And we knew, but we were trying to make it funny. And we were like, what? Like, that's not what ham radio is. And they're like, no, that's CB radio.
Yeah.
So it was funny. They were cute about it. They played well with us.
I think they have the highest level license too, both of them, husband and wife, and they're
instructors
they
or
took us-
testers or something too.
yeah, they'll administer the test. They corrected us real quickly that was not the proper way to do it.
Yeah.
But fun couple. They're the very first guest episode that we ever had on our podcast from last year,
Which is like episode 3, I think.
Yeah, and the reason
I have to look at that.
Yeah.
the reason we chose them first is because they were some of the first smiling faces that we ever met at our first Airstream rally.
Yes,
They
and welcomed us with open arms.
and
so
so we
good people.
That's
wanted to
what
have
it's
them on.
supposed to be.
Yes,
for sure.
Yes.
Well, enjoy the rest of your rally and enjoy your your travels back home?
He's like, he's still got bicentennial in his head.
Here's what I'm doing. I'll tell you what I'm doing. My brain has been going like crazy because I'm trying to one up that bicentennial thing. And I just don't.
That sounds about right there.
I don't think I'm going to be able to do it.
I don't think you can.
I don't think I am.
I just admit, Chris, that you have been overshot today.
100%.
Yeah.
I'll own up to it for sure.
Yes.
Wow. Well, thank you guys so very much. And we'll see you down the road. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for sharing that. That was fabulous.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Wow, what a story, Gina.
That was fantastic.
They were such a cool couple. All right, so I think I got it. I think I can one up the...
Oh, now you're going to try?
I'm going to give it a try.
Okay.
Okay, so Yellowstone says that they have great wildlife viewing,
yeah.
But they didn't mention the wildlife might want to take a closer look back.
Well,
how
that's
about
true, but I still think she's got you beat, babe.
All right, how about this one? Nothing says welcome to the wild like a buffalo headbutting your Airstream.
Now, that one's pretty good. Yep.
Still not as good as theirs.
No, theirs was spot on.
Oh, man. Well, listener, hope you enjoyed that story. Great episode. Keep us in mind if you want to come on as a future guest. We'd love to have you. All are welcome.
Yes, come on. Let us feature your story.
Send us an email to info@therivetedfox.com. And let us know you want to be a guest. We'd love to have you.
You see how much fun we have, right?
Big time fun.
A lot of fun.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Well, we will see you down the road, okay?
See you down the road.
We've come a long way. And I only say goodbye because, we never say goodbye on a caravan. But we'll be seeing you down the road.